Hey, it's the red carpet ring where we are supreme on special Wednesday edition of the top ranked world heavyweight champions. Thank you all for coming out. Let me introduce myself before we begin. So, we're going to talk about the top 10 world heavyweight champions. This is 2002 to 2013 edition. This is what it looks like. That is the championship we're going to talk about. As you guys come in, like and subscribe as you come in through the ropes into the ring. Join the red carpet ring of content. Thank you all. So let's see who came into the ring. I'm gonna say hello to everyone. Hey Jessica, I'm here first. Yes, you are. It's called education over entertainment. Salute to you. Let's see, Mr. Approach. What's going on? See who else in the chat. Tamika, what's going on? And Mr. Goodbread, Leon's Goodbread, what's going on? So normally I do Thursday, but a little busy this week, so I'm going to do it today. But we're going to talk about the top 10 world heavyweight champions. Thank you. Here also, I'm on Facebook and Rumble, so that's over there. Please like, subscribe to the Red Carpet Ring. We will be over here to do the top 10 world heavyweight champions. Then we will go over, cross that bridge like we always do, the Toxic Ring Scandal. Good story over there. We're going to talk about the demise of the World Heavyweight Championship. It's going to be a good one. Thank you all for coming out again. I know this was short notice, but yeah, I'm going to do this Wednesday tonight. So I thank you all for coming out for whatever you was doing. But before we get into it, I'm going to explain what the World Heavyweight Championship was. Let's talk about it. What is the World Heavyweight Championship? What is that championship about? Also, by the way, I got a brand new mic. If you guys, I did sound test earlier. Hope you guys can hear me better. I'm trying to upgrade and improve the quality here at Red Carpet Rain. Just wanted to point that out there. Wanted to make that clear. But with that being said, let's explain what the World Heavyweight Championship is. It is a championship that was a professional wrestling world heavyweight championship owned by WWE. It was one of the two championships in WWE from 2002 to 2006, from 2010 to 2013, complementing the WWE Championship and one of the three top championships from 2006 to 2010, with the addition of the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. It was established under the Raw brand in 2002 after Raw and SmackDown became distinct brands after the WWE draft until August 29, 2011. Then the championship was retired in 2013, unified with the WWE Championship. Triple H was the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship with Randy Orton being last. The title was one of the six to be represented by a historic big gold belt, first introduced in 1986. His heritage can be traced back to the first World Heavyweight Championship, thereby giving the belt a legacy over 100 years old, the oldest in the world. As explained before, I did do videos of the NWA Big Gold Belt Championship and the WCW that I did last week, that championship. So this will be a spawn off of those two championships, pretty much be the third incarnation of the Big Gold Belt. This will be WWE's version. So, see, anybody else in here? Mike sounds great. Thank you. Sounds perfect. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. What's the question, Mr. Approach? Are you doing all of your own artwork? Yeah, I am. I am doing my artwork. Yes, I do my artwork. As you can see in this background here of the World Heavyweight Championship, that was all me. No, I didn't use Fiverr or Upwork to hire somebody. That was me that did all that. But it's no thing, you know. Maybe when I get bigger, I can hire somebody to do it. I can do it in the future when I'm too busy, when the channel blows up. So, but you said what? Fiverr was very creative. Thank you, Mr. Approach. I appreciate that, man. I put some time into it. It's a lot of thought I put into it. I pretty much have the thought in my head, already know what I'm going to do, and then I just execute it and just do it. It's so fast the way I do. I already got it in my head what I'm going to do. I even got next week's show of what background I'm going to do right now. But that's just me. That's how I think, you know. But thank you guys for your support. Thank you all for the comments. But we're going to move on to we got some honorable mentions. I'll mention those too. But we'll get to number 10. So number 10, top ranked world heavyweight champion. Who's number 10? We have Sheamus. Now he had one reign as world heavyweight champion, combined days of 211. Noble Fuse is the Big Show, Daniel Bryan, and Alberto Del Rio. Sheamus first won this championship when he won at WrestleMania 28 in the infamous 18-second bro kick after Daniel Bryan kissed AJ Lee. For you guys that remember that, as soon as Daniel Bryan kissed AJ Lee for good luck before his WrestleMania championship match against Sheamus, Sheamus bro kicked him and he won a championship in record time at WrestleMania. Still record time to this day, but he has some good feuds with Alberto Del Rio. And of course, Daniel Bryan he faced, and definitely with the Big Show. He had a great feud with the Big Show. He brought out the best of Big Show, the best I saw Big Show in years. They had Hell in a Cell match, TLC match, chairs match, until Big Show defeated him for that championship. But Sheamus, people forgot how great of a world champion he was. I don't know if he's going to be a world champion again. He's working his way back up, as he had a great Intercontinental Championship match against Gunther at last year's Clash at the Castle. They had great feuds. But other than that, they've been doing very, very good. He's been doing very, very good lately. And he was a great world champion, so as well as a good WWE champion. But that's number 10. Number 9, who we have for top ranked world heavyweight champions? We have King Booker. He also had, just like Sheamus, only had this particular championship once. Combined days, 126 days. Noble feuds with Batista, Rey Mysterio. He won his championship for Rey Mysterio at the Great American Bash in 2006. This was starting his run after he had a good United States Championship run, as I stated before, in top-ranked United States champions. He feuded with Rey Mysterio a little bit, and then he feuded with a returning Batista, who came off his injury that he had to vacate his championship in January of that year. They had a great feud back and forth. And it was very good chemistry, despite the fact that Batista and Booker T had real life beef with each other. Backstage fight where I heard Booker T gave Batista the work backstage that most people know about, but he definitely was a good world champion. He is ranked number 9, and that's what I have Booker T. See what you guys gonna say. He should be number 1. Jessica, you must forget how I do my list around here. You know I don't go off politics. You know, he is not number 1 on my list, and I gave Booker T his props already as a great WCW champion and a United States champion, but he is nowhere near number 1. But then again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. He's just not my opinion for that one. No way. He ain't nowhere near number 1. No, no, no. He's not even close.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, that's all I say about that one. But I'm definitely going to go to number 8. My number 8 pick for top ranked world heavyweight champions is Kane. Kane had one championship reign, similar to King Booker and Sheamus. He had a combined days 154. Notable feuds is The Undertaker, Edge, Rey Mysterio. Now, Kane, he is the first guy to win this World Championship straight off a Money in the Bank contract the same night winning it when he defeated Rey Mysterio for the belt. He had a good little feud with Rey Mysterio. This was the long-awaited title run that Kane should have had years ago as he dedicated his hard work and dedication to WWE since debuting in 1997. He finally got the world title run we asked for as fans, the ones who do like and support Kane. Like I said, he defeated Undertaker. He had a good back and forth with him. They had a very live match, and he defeated Undertaker several times. I know later on he had a feud with Edge, and Edge was a babyface, and he lost the title in a four-way match, ladder match. It was himself, Rey Mysterio, I believe Alberto Rio, and Edge. Edge ended up winning the championship when he retrieved it from the ladder at TLC 2010, if I'm not mistaken. But Kane had a very good run as champion. I wish he had more like this, but reports say backstage that Kane was not a fan of have to have the world title as much as other superstars. He just came to work, did what he's supposed to do, and he wants to go about his business. So I can't really knock Kane for that. But I will say that out of all the people in the wrestling industry, anybody, he is the very few I hear a bad word about. I don't never hear a bad word about Kane. For those you don't know, his real name is Glenn Jacobs. He's a mayor now for Tennessee or something like that. But he was a very, very good world champion. Very, very good world champion. He gets his due, and so many good world heavyweight champions. I wish I could have ranked him higher. But I like Kane as world heavyweight champion. So Kane, he really was a great world champion. I have nothing bad to say about Kane as champion. I know his WWE championship wasn't the best as he held it for 24 hours, but that's not the time we're talking about. We're talking about Kane. So number 7 ranked for top ranked world heavyweight champions, we have Alberto Del Rio. Now I know Alberto Del Rio has a very bad name right now, and he's pretty much blackballed from the wrestling industry. And I believe he is doing time right now, if I'm not mistaken. But before all of that stuff happened to him, he was a great world heavyweight champion. He won a championship from a Big Show, I believe, on SmackDown, and he won again from Dolph Ziggler during their feud when Dolph Ziggler cashed in his contract, the Money in the Bank contract on him, and it was a double turn, I believe, when he won the second time. The Alberto Rio became a heel and Dolph Ziggler became a face. Could have been executed great, but it wasn't. But he is an overall great talent. Like I said, it's a shame what his career has been, and shit. It's a shame what he's been since then. But he's definitely up there though. But yeah, it's crazy. I like Alberto Rio. Like I said, I wish he didn't get caught in the nonsense. His career pretty much went down when he started messing around with Paige. Let's keep it real. It just went down. It's just sad. It's sad though. It just could have. His career could have really got much better. And as Paige, her career ain't been the same either. And that's facts.
And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
Yeah, that's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. But we have Alberto Rio ranked at number 7 for top ranked world heavyweight champions. See who came in through the ropes into the ring before I go further. Billy Bishop Records, salute to you, bro. Thank you for coming out to the red carpet ring tonight. I appreciate that, man. Um, let's move on to number 6. top ranked world heavyweight champions. Number 6 is John Cena. He had 3 reigns as world heavyweight champion. Combined days 155. Notable feuds is with Edge and Chris Jericho. Now, John Cena, we all know him. When you think of world championships, we think he's known for the WWE Championship, as he held that record 13 times. But he was a decent world heavyweight champion as well. He's didn't hold on to it as much. He first won a championship at Survivor Series 2008, returning from injury, defeated Chris Jericho, who was the champion at the time. They had a couple matches, and Chris Jericho never won the World Heavyweight Championship again. During his feud with John Cena, he won it later on, but he was never able to recapture the belt during that feud. And also, he's also had great chemistry with Edge. He beat Edge Big Show in a triple threat match at WrestleMania 25, and that's when he won that World Heavyweight Championship. And they had a good last man standing match at Backlash 2009. He lost due to interference with Big Show, and Big Show chokeslammed him through the arena. But John Cena was a great world heavyweight champion. The only thing I did not like, and this is his last reign, the third reign as world heavyweight champion. The only thing I didn't like what John Cena did was this championship run. When Damien Sandow, if you guys remember, when he won the Money in the Bank contract, and he cashed in on Cena, and we all thought, most fans thought that he was going to get his big moment, cashing on Cena and become world heavyweight champion. Fortunately, did not happen, as I heard backstage that John Cena was refusing to lose that title to Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow had a failed cash in. His career, we already know his career didn't go anywhere. So it's a shame. I wish that's the only thing I wish that did not happen. But fortunately, it did, And I got to give this to John Cena for not putting Damien Sandow over.
Not this way! Not this way! Damn it!
Yeah, so. But other than that, John Cena was great world heavyweight champion. He's ranked at number 6. Moving along, we are going to go to number 5. Yes, get the likes up, get the likes up. Thank you. Let's get the likes up. I like that. Yes, likes up, please. Giving good content here for the top ranked world heavyweight champions. Appreciate that. And I'm going to highlight this again. Like, share, subscribe. Yes. But other than that, we're going to move along to number 5. So, top ranked world heavyweight champions, number 5. We have the legend killer himself, Randy Orton. Now, he had 4 reigns as world heavyweight champion, the youngest world heavyweight champion in history. Now, next to that asterisk, I put youngest world heavyweight champion in history. Remember those words when we go over the toxic ring scandal when we cross that bridge. Remember his first run, youngest world heavyweight champion. Remember that, because we're going to touch into that more. Moving along, combined days 135, notable feuds with Triple H and Christian. Randy Orton won his championship. He won the opportunity for the World Heavyweight Championship in a Battle Royal. He faced Chris Benoit. He faced him at SummerSlam 2004 in Toronto. He beat Chris Benoit. Beat him clean in the middle of the ring as a heel, which was surprising. He won the World Heavyweight Champion. Unfortunately, it was only 28 days. He lost to Triple H at Unforgiven, with interference from Evolution and Jonathan Coachman. But however, years later, he was able to recapture the World Heavyweight Championship. He had a very, very good underrated feud with Christian, as Christian had just won the World Heavyweight Championship in the ladder match at Extreme Rules 2011, defeating Alberto Rio. Christian was happy he finally won the big one. Happy he was a world champion in WWE. Unfortunately for him, it was only 5 days, and Randy Orton defeated him. But they had a good back and forth. Christian became a heel, and Randy Orton was a babyface. And he lost his championship to Christian Money in the Bank via disqualification. And when he did lose qualification, it was because Christian spit in his face. But he was able to recapture the World Heavyweight Championship at a very, very good match, no holds barred at SummerSlam 2011 against Christian. And I think they had one more match of SmackDown Steel Cage match, and he defeated Christian again. But him and Christian had one of the best feuds of that decade, I would say. Very underrated. He was very good, and he was also the last World Heavyweight Champion, as I stated in the description for the World Heavyweight Championship. When he merged the belts, when he defeated Cena at TLC 2013 for the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship, making him the final champion of that belt before it was retired in 2013. So we have Randy Orton at number 5. Now we're going to go down to number 4. Number 4, who's the top ranked World Heavyweight Champion. And you know he's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, as well as Randy Orton, The Undertaker. We have Undertaker. He has had the championship for 3 reigns. Combined days 210. Notable feuds with Batista and Edge. He first won his championship at WrestleMania 23 in 2007, defeating Batista, the previous champion, with his streak also on the line. And he had a good feud with Batista, but he lost the championship to Edge when he cashed his Money in the Bank contract. And Undertaker, I know, was injured around this time when he started getting hurt a lot. But when he did come back, he feuded with both Batista at one point. They had a good match at Survivor Series 2007, and Edge interfered when he came back from his pectoral injury. And they had a triple threat at Armageddon, which Edge won that championship. Then it was pretty much Edge and Undertaker, the classic match they had at WrestleMania 24, also the match they had at Backlash, and they had another match at One Night Stand where the championship was vacated at that point because Undertaker was it was vacated because he used Hell's Gate. It was banned by Guerrero. He used it anyway, and he got stripped of the title. In real life, he was injured. So when the title was vacated, him and Edge faced off at One Night Stand 2008 in a ladder match, and Edge was able to win the championship, but he had interference from the La Familia family, his little stable, of Chavo Guerrero and the Edgeheads, and they just had a very good match, and they had, of course, their best match with SummerSlam 2008, but he wasn't champion at the time, neither was Edge. But both of these guys, they really, really did their thing. So Undertaker's one of my favorite World Heavyweight champions. I even like him as a World Heavyweight champion more than WWE champion. So that says a lot. But yeah, Undertaker's ranked at number 4. So we are down to the final 3. I will do 3, then 2. Then we're going to mention honorable mentions before I get to the number 1 spot. But thank you all for coming out again. So I got to give myself a little props for that.
Because I am that damn good.
So we will definitely get to number 3. Number 3 for top ranked World Heavyweight Champion. It is the Animal Batista. He had ranked 4 championship reigns as champion, combined days 507, the second most for days combined. And his notable feuds with Triple H, King Booker, The Undertaker, and Edge. So he first won his championship when he won the Royal Rumble, decided to face Triple H, turned on Evolution when he found out they was using him and talking crap about him behind his back. He won at WrestleMania 21. Had the championship 282 days. One the longest single reign in history of that championship belt. Before he had to vacate the belt due to an injury by Mark Henry in January 2006. Came back, had a good feud with King Booker, and he was able to recapture the World Heavyweight Championship from King Booker. I believe that's Survivor Series 2006. And he was also a member of SmackDown at this point, because when he was World Heavyweight Championship, the first run he was on Raw, but he got drafted to SmackDown while John Cena, the WWE champion, got drafted to Raw. Now, after the King Booker feud was over, he faced Undertaker at WrestleMania 23, where he lost. They had a good, very, very good rivalry. One of the best rivalries in the decade. They faced off at Backlash, last standing match. It was a draw. Then they had a steel cage match. Again, a draw. Um, he was finally able to defeat Undertaker at one point, but it was outside interference from Edge at Survivor Series, like I mentioned before, in a Hell in a Cell match. So him and Undertaker, as well as with Edge, had great rivalries. And of course, he had a great rivalry with Edge as well. He was never able to defeat Edge one-on-one while Edge was champion. It was all due to Edge sneaking away with a win or interference. However the case may be, they had a good rivalry nonetheless. Very, very good rivalry. So very, very good rivalry. So I can't really argue with how great of a champion Batista was. He's one of the guys that made this belt relevant, as well as others that made it relevant, like Undertaker and other champions like Triple H and Edge. But he's definitely one of my favorite world heavyweight champions. One thing with Batista was he wrestled late in his life. I believe he was already 30 when he was training to become a professional wrestler. And that explains why he had the plethora of injuries later on in his career. I think it's because his age. He was like Goldberg. He wrestled too late in his life. Well, other than that, if he had wrestled when he was younger, he would have had a longer, lengthier career, similar to a Randy Orton or Cena. But I have Batista ranked at number two. I'm sorry, number three. Ranked at number three for the top ranked world heavyweight champions. So he's ranked for that one. Let's see who came into the ropes into the ring. We got BT. What's going on? I want to see Bobby Lashley hold that belt. He held a belt, just want that one. It was the ECW championship, but I get what you mean. I guess he is like he is now. So, and Bobby Lashley had just started too, I believe at that time. He was pretty new to the wrestling business, but at least he became WWE champion. So we're gonna move on to number two. Number two for top ranked world heavyweight champions. And I mentioned his name already. Yes, the world heavyweight champion, one of the best world heavyweight champion, the rated R superstar Edge. He had 7 championship reigns, the most reigns in history. Combined days 411. Notable feuds is The Undertaker, Batista, Kane, Dolph Ziggler, John Cena. Now he started when he first won his belt off defeating the Undertaker due to the Money Bank cash in. As I stated before, had a great feud with Undertaker up to WrestleMania, SummerSlam, the one night stand like I explained earlier. Good feud with Batista. He had a good feud. He always defeated Batista, whether it was clean or whether it was outside interference. Good feud with Kane, and he was a babyface when he faced Kane. He wasn't a heel, and I think he won. That was his first championship that he won in the TLC 2010. He was a babyface. That was his first babyface run as champion. Also with Dolph Ziggler, he was a babyface then too, and he had a good back and forth with Dolph Ziggler. They faced off at the 600 episode of SmackDown. It's when he won for the final time, and as he was stripped of the belt using a spear by Vic Guerrero. And he also had a good feud with John Cena, as I also explained earlier, at WrestleMania 25, and had a good match at Backlash 2009. But he is my second most favorite top-ranked world heavyweight champion. I do like Edge with that belt. Now, before we do get to number one, we're gonna have a couple of honorable mentions. One is Chris Benoit. One reign as World Heavyweight Champion, combined days 154. No refusal with Triple H, Kane, and Shawn Michaels. He won the championship first at WrestleMania 20 in a triple threat match against Shawn Michaels and Triple H, where he made Triple H tap out to the crippler crossface. He won the World Heavyweight Championship as a member of Raw, as he was originally on SmackDown. He won the Royal Rumble that year, and I think he was the first one to win the Royal Rumble and not compete for his same brand's championship. That's when he jumped ship from SmackDown to Raw. So he came from SmackDown to Raw and won the Raw's World Heavyweight Championship. Had a few feuds with Kane, Shawn Michaels. He even had another triple threat at Backlash 2004 with Shawn Michaels and Triple H again. This time, Shawn Michaels tapped out to Chris Benoit, but it was from a sharpshooter, not a crossface. Um, his championship run is not in my top 10 because he was not the focal point of Monday Night Raw holding championship. The spotlight was still on Triple H, Evolution, and Shawn Michaels. It's not on him so much, and it kind of clouded his championship run. He was similar to when Chris Jericho won the WWE Championship. He was champion, but he was not the focal point of the program. It was other people. He got overshadowed. And the same can be said with Chris Benoit was overshadowed while he was the world heavyweight champion. Now, my second honorable mention is the Big Show. He had two reigns as champion, combined days 73. No feuds with Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. This is when Big Show started to look like the Big Show from WCW and when he first arrived in WWE. He defeated Mark Henry the first time for the belt. And Daniel Bryan cashed a contract. So that was a very short run. But the second run, he beat Sheamus. He hit him with the knockout punch and won the title. Very, very good run. Like I said, with so many good worldwide champions, couldn't add them on. And he lost the belt to Alberto Rio. Had a great feud with him. That was like the best I've seen Big Show in a long time. So I had to give him his props for that. He's my second honorable mention. And my third honorable mention is Mr. CM Punk. 3 championship reigns, combined days 160. His feuds definitely was most notably was Jeff Hardy. And he also had a feud with The Undertaker. Him and Jeff Hardy had an underrated feud 2009 where he cashed in his money back contract on Jeff Hardy. And Jeff Hardy beat him for the belt. And then he beat Jeff Hardy. It was a very good feud between these guys. They were the best feuds. As I heard, they had backstage real life beef at the time. That's what made feud so interesting. And then he lost his last championship run to The Undertaker. And The Undertaker beat him at the first ever WWE pay-per-view Hell in a Cell 2009. And I heard he lost the belt because Undertaker told him he should be more professional. CM Punk said, whatever, I'm not listening to you. I don't need to do that. I dress however I want to dress, you know. And Undertaker, everyone knows, he's pretty much like a Ric Flair.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
He was the man in the locker room, top guy in the locker room, and he felt CM Punk disrespecting him. And Undertaker talked to Vince and got that belt script from CM Punk. But he is my third honorable mention for top ranked world heavyweight champion. But we do have one left. Do have one more left. Let's see. Let's get to number one. Let's see who that is. In a second. Yes, Triple H. The game, the King of Kings, the Cerebral Assassin. How could you? That's my top ranked number one. He was the inaugural World Heavyweight Champion, 5 reigns, second most reigns, combined days 616 most days. No feuds with Shawn Michaels, Goldberg, Randy Orton and Batista. Triple H kicked off this World Heavyweight Champion. He caused so much heat when he was awarded this championship from Eric Bischoff, when the WWE Championship was going to stay on SmackDown, when Brock Lesnar was champion at the time. Great feuds with Shawn Michaels. You know, he lost the belt at Elimination Chamber. Shawn Michaels defeated him, and he won it back at Armageddon 2002. Good feud with Goldberg, where Goldberg put his career on the line against Triple H, Unforgiven. Their feud started at SummerSlam, but I heard that Goldberg was supposed to win a SummerSlam, but he did not. It didn't happen that way, so they postponed Unforgiven. Very good feud with Goldberg, great chemistry. Of course, Randy Orton, he took the belt. He ended Randy Orton's first championship run at 28 days. And of course, Batista, the iconic rivalry between him and Batista, they faced off 3 times at WrestleMania Backlash and that Armageddon 2005 Hell in a Cell classic match. One of my favorite Hell in a Cell matches. When he made this belt what it is, now I will admit it was hard between him and Edge for #1 spot. Him and Edge could have easily been #1. Triple H, inaugural champion, most days. Edge, most reigns. So it was pretty much neck and neck. So I gotta give Triple H props. He still did his thing. I'm gonna give props to Edge too.
Because I am that damn good.
He is that damn good.
And I'm awesome!
Yeah, both of those guys are amazing. Triple H and Edge, they're 2 of the best World Heavyweight Champions. Of course, after that, you got Batista, you got The Undertaker, but that was a hard pick. I like Triple H a lot, but I like Edge a lot too. You know, I know some people don't like why he picked Triple H. Triple H, he kicked it off. He made that championship relevant. I will give Edge credit. He brought relevance back to the World Heavyweight Championship. He brought the prestige back, but Triple H kept that prestige there. He had it on Monday Night Raw, the premiere show. Edge was the champion, but like I said, he had to bring prestige back, and he was on SmackDown, the second tier show. Triple H was on Raw. There's no way around that. He made that belt what it is. He was with Evolution. I mean, politically correct, I had to give Triple H. But Edge was a very close second. Very close second. Very close second. Yeah, I know, BT, boo. I know you're not a big Triple H guy. I like Edge and Triple H. That was a tough decision for me to make. I like Edge Wedge. That's why I put him at #2. You know, it was great. But yeah, that was good. Those are my top picks. Over on Rumble, if you guys still watching, please hit like, subscribe while you're over there. I don't know how many likes we got here. Check. We need to get the likes up a little bit. We're gonna cross that bridge pretty soon. So with this, we're gonna talk about the decline and demise of the World Heavyweight Championship and the stuff behind it. I got some stories for you guys. I got some backstage stuff you would never think of. What causes World Championship to go down. And there's stories behind it. It's a little petty stuff actually, but we are going to close it here. Now, before I do go, there will be 2 videos that pop up on here for random red carpet ring content. Please click those, like, subscribe, and check out more of the content. Plenty more live streams, predictions, recaps. But it's OUT for now. And we will cross over that bridge. Maybe in the next 15, 20 minutes, we're going to head over to Toxic Ring. I may go over there a little sooner, but I want to head over there very soon. We will cross that bridge soon. So don't walk too fast when you cross the bridge. We're going to go right over there. So OUT for now.